Hi, my name is Scott Rudler, Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to the afternoon briefing.
Hi, I'm Taylor Schrantz, and this is the afternoon briefing. And Scott, what are we going to discuss today?
All right, we're going to discuss a trade that we took this morning in SHLD.
Okay.
Very shortable name. It's been squeezed. It's been in the news. Everyone's been trying to short this situation. And the way you create cash flow and the way you could target a situation is with a plan. And the way I do it is with a situation called the red dog reversal. What it is it's a topping pattern where you could short versus a level, then get conviction when a pattern triggers, and then you could actually trail it and stay with the trade. Now, Taylor, were you watching SHLD at all this morning?
Briefly, I was watching you trade in and out, yeah.
I was just hearing it all over the TV. It was the first time I've traded in ages. So this is what I did. If you take a quick look at the daily chart, here you go. Stock was, had a huge move. Huge short squeeze from, all the news that came out about how it's going to be closing down all its operations, it's going to be closing down all of its stores, blah, blah, blah. P.S. A lot of guys made money long here, right? Look at this gap. Gap gets filled, especially considering you come from 75, or a big portion does. So a lot of guys made money long once it went above 35. So, I would say around Friday I started looking at it saying, wow, look at this move here from 30 to almost, 50 or so. I'm going to target it on Monday for a potential short, especially considering we're coming into some major resistance area, especially considering a lot of people want to short this, once the gap gets filled. So the market always wants to make as many people feel as bad as possible.
Right.
Now, I think that the trade was starting to develop around 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
When I was getting short, getting my size, how do you think I felt?
I'm sure that you were taking a low-risk situation and, building into it so that you didn't get stuffed out.
I actually was very scared. Okay, this stock was not coming down. It was,
it
was against the ropes. But the reason why I wasn't scared is because I said, you know what? The high the morning was put in. I'm shorting versus a level, and I'm going to add to it based on the market complexion once I start to feel the signs get put in place. So if you look here at SHLD, you will see I'm going to show you the 3-minute chart. You can get a better picture because that's what I trade on. Some of them I have 6 screens. One of them happens to be a 3-minute chart. So you had a quick and furious move off the open. Then you had your short-term top around 54.50. So I started looking at this right around here, right around 53.50. I'm like, let me get into tier 1 short. Okay, tier 1 short, because I wasn't sure if it was a top, but 53.50 versus a 54.50 high, that's a dollar stop, something that was almost doubled. Okay, then it started, the futures started going, and it started to show a little faulty action. So I started to put it on my radar, it became my focus in the morning, and right around this 52.50 is where I added to a tier 2. And at that particular case, you had a nice move lower. I would say I did cover a majority of it going into this move lower, considering that was a nice move. Nice, what was it, almost $3. And my next level to watch, was, you sit with me all day long,
right.
For the daily chart to show a topping tail, what needs to happen?
A topping tail, it needs to sell off, basically.
And it needs to go underneath the previous day's high.
Right.
Okay, what's that called?
A red dog reversal.
There you go, red dog reversal. What that means is it's a new change of momentum. We pushed through Friday's high because that's where a lot of people had some short-term stops and then came back below. That's why you love this pattern, because people get squeezed and then all of a sudden it starts to give away. Then like, uh-oh, now they have to get back involved. So it creates a great day trade, and it also creates somewhat of an actionable trade over a few days. So now if you go back to the chart here, you will see that 51.17, which was Friday's high, which is right around here. Okay, so it broke below, this 51.17. So that's what I actually covered into. Came back, retested. This was your area to reshort, and now it's made its move lower. So if you go to the daily chart, what I will do now at SHLD is I've taken most of the cash flow trade. I do think with this type of tail in place, we'll obviously see how we close, considering that it's only about 305. Let it go sideways, and I think you could add to your short once it breaks whatever today's low is. And ultimately, trail it with some size. You can get a nice little swing here. Who knows? It could come all the way down to at least this 40. Some analysts on TV just said, I think they said $6, which is a little crazy. I'm looking for this level to trail it and cover it in. If it doesn't and it goes sideways, I'll revisit it another time. But at this particular point, nice cash flow trade. But I do think you can get a little bit more, juice in the tank.
Okay, great.
All right, once again, we're going to start doing this type of afternoon call, more of an actionable scenario of what to look at in the last hour. We're going to call it 5, in 5 minutes, because Taylor's going to try and keep me to 5 minutes.
Yes.
It's hard to keep me to 5 minutes. So we will do that. We'll go over what worked in the morning, what we're looking at in the afternoon. But for right now, Shield was a great trade. We've been getting these one-off type trades every single day. That's why you create this cash flow or tool belt. So every single day you can make money long or short. It doesn't really matter what the situation is. All you have to do is have confidence in your plan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.